my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. See, if you couldn't tell, we're doing things a little bit different today. I recently saw a video from Jamie French here on YouTube where she did a makeup tutorial as if it were 2004. Oh my god, it is so funny. You should definitely go watch the full video. I will link it down below. But it got me thinking about early 2000s makeup trends. And I feel like I never really got to participate in those makeup trends because I was born in 1994. So in the early 2000s, I was like between like 7 to 10. So I wasn't allowed to start wearing makeup until I got to 7th grade, which is in 2007. And unfortunately by then, trends were not cute in 2007. I gotta be honest, I hope that late 2000s, mid to late 2000s makeup trends never come back because it was just a lot of lower lash line, eyeliner, just like not cute, whereas early 2000s is so cute. Got all the shimmers, got lots of body glitter, lots of blush, lots of lip gloss, like that's cute. I'm really excited to show you how I created this look today. And oh, I have to share my inspiration with you because it's the queen of pop, Britney Spears. I found this fantastic photo of her at the Grammys in the year 2000 and I loved the whole look. I loved that it was a lot of shimmer. I wanted to listen to Hit Me Baby One More Time as much as I possibly could today and I think I have achieved that. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, so I already have the first eye done. That's because it took me a while to figure out this color combo. Okay, I would love to know the palette that was used on Britney's eyes because it's some interesting colors. I think this look looks a lot simpler than it is. I did a lot of mixing of blues and purples, so let me tell you what I did and show you on this eye. Okay, so mostly using just the Kathleen Lights palette. I am gonna go in with the color Stoned first, kind of this like deep browny gray, just to give a base to my eyes, you know, because you can tell there's some smokiness under there. I need some like neutrals underneath there to like give the look a foundation to work off of. So that's why I'm just taking this smoky color and I'm taking it all over the lid, not really worried about where it's going because this look is really blown out. There's no structured lines to it or anything. It's very blown out and easy looking. It looks easy. It's not easy, but it looks easy. And then taking a more tapered C-shaped brush and using that to bring the gray down to the lower lash line. Obviously, probably gonna have to touch this up later because I haven't done concealer yet, but I just really want to be able to see that shape of the eye. Okay, now that we have our basic shape here, I am gonna take a more tapered crease brush like this, and I'm gonna dip into the shade Sapphire in the Kathleen Lights palette to give me a little bit of a blue outer corner. Obviously it's more of like a bluish purple, but I like to mix the blue and the purple to give it that color. So focusing this on the outer corner, it's a little gray looking on its own too. As you can see, this color Sapphire is like not my favorite because I think it pulls a little gray, but it works for this look. Focusing that on the outer corner, but making sure to not make it look like a wing. No wings will be used in this look. This is a big challenge for me, but I'm trying my best. I'm taking it all over the lash line too. Now I do have to dip into a different palette. I'm sorry, I wanted to keep it all in one, but the Kathleen Lights palette doesn't have a matte purple. So dipping into my Jackie Aina palette with the same brush. And like I said, I want to mix these colors together. So I'm going to go over exactly where I just put that color Sapphire down with this matte purple from the Jackie Aina palette. And then going back and forth kind of between these two brushes, this is the brush we use for our smoky color, just to make sure it's all blended. Keep in mind too that we're going over these colors with sparkle, which is why I'm not super concerned about their exact placement. I'm normally a lot more precise with how I put on eyeshadow, but so much of this look is based in glitter that you kind of just gotta get the colors down and then cover them in glitter. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this pencil brush, put some of that same blue and purple on the lower lash line. Now my favorite part, we get to go in with the sparkle. So what we're gonna do is dip back and forth between this color Aquamarine this really pretty shimmery blue color, and the color Amethyst, this really pretty shimmery purple. So I'm gonna be using my same pencil brush just on the other side, and we're gonna cover everything with glitter, going over the upper lash line. Okay, now I'm going in with the purple shimmer. The reason I like to put mattes down first and then go over them with shimmery colors, you might be thinking, why didn't you just go in with the blue shimmer and the blue purple to start with? It's because while they're pigmented, I don't feel that they're pigmented enough on their own to be able to create a full look with. And I like the depth of putting glitter on top of mattes more than I like just using a straight shimmery shade, if that makes sense. Okay, taking that purple on the top as well. And now brace yourself, because we are going in with this shade Aquamarine on the inner corner. And that really just, when I was doing the other eye, that's what tied it all together for me. You know, I was feeling a little lost. I was feeling like, oh, is this the right decision? Is this look worth doing? Am I ever gonna be able to do it justice? And then I put that on and I was like, oh, it's Britney, bitch. Like, of course. I'm really taking that inner corner like up to, you can see in the picture that that blue inner corner is not just like focused in the inner corner like we tend to do with today's trends. Like, it's really taking it up almost to the brow bone, and it's also sweeping it across the lower lash line. Not worried about being precise. I'm gonna clean it up after. And now my absolute favorite part. Did I just say that was my favorite part? Who knows? They're all my favorite parts. But my absolute favorite is going into the shade Diamond in the Kathleen Lights palette. There's no real pigmentation to it. It's kind of just glitter, but it's like a very wet looking glitter. It's not chunky glitter. It's more shimmer than glitter. It's hard to describe. You can see it on this eye, and we're just gonna go in on that brow bone highlight. And I mean, like, do too much and then do more, and then you've done enough. Because Britney has a brow bone highlight in that picture. I absolutely love it. It's so extra, it's so much, and it comes like all the way down to the eye. That's why I wasn't so worried. You were worried. I know you were worried when I was going in, like, not really trying that hard with the mattes, but it's because I'm just covering everything with glitter. Okay, and that's basically the eye. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and put a ton of mascara on, because there's no falsies in this look. It's just mascara, but you can tell she's got a lot of mascara on. So I'm gonna put the mascara on, and then we'll move on from there. All right, so after probably about 6 coats of mascara, I feel like I have the look, at least the eye look. Obviously there's still more to do, but I definitely feel like I have Britney eyes right now. And I gotta tell you, I feel good. So now we're gonna move on to the face makeup. So if you watched my glowy foundation routine for winter, you know that typically what I do is go in with a highlight. I use the Charlotte Tilbury one underneath my foundation to give me a bit of a glow from within vibe, but we're not gonna be doing that today because the glow involved in this Britney look, ooh, my hair's upside down. The glow involved in this Britney look is pretty clearly coming from powder and not from within. It's not a dewy look. Unfortunately, I love a dewy look, but it's not a dewy look. But I'm still gonna cater to my skin by using a hydrating foundation like this NYX Tinted Skin Veil. But so I'm just gonna go in with my foundation. I did moisturize before, so still got the moisture, but don't have the glow. I always apply my foundation with my hand, by the way. This is not a particular technique to this look. I just always apply my foundation with my hands because it's more of a tinted moisturizer type of vibe. All right, so moving on to concealer. One of the things that really stood out on Britney's base makeup to me was how bright her under eyes are and how bright just the whole center of her face was. It's a lot brighter than I typically tend to go. So what I'm going to do is go a little lighter on my concealer than I normally do. So I'm still gonna use just my Glossier concealer here just to spot conceal my chin blemishes here. But for the under eyes, I'm going to do a little bit of a concealer cocktail. So if you've seen any of my declutter videos, you know that I hate this e.l.f. concealer. It's way too matte, it's way too light for me. It's just no good. But when I mix it with my Glossier concealer, I can handle it. So what I'm gonna do is do it on the back of my hand because there's not a lot of work time with this concealer on the face. So I'm going to go in with my Glossier concealer under my eyes here. And then as you can see, this is not that different from my skin tone. It's like maybe a little brighter, but I don't typically like to go super bright under the eyes. But the way I'm going to compromise here and give it that early 2000s vibe is I'm dipping my finger into the e.l.f. concealer. It's so bright, oh my gosh. And mixing that in with the Glossier. That way it's not too drying under my under eyes, because the Glossier concealer is so hydrating and this one is so drying. So I'm hoping putting them together will make it a little more comfortable, and also just to give me that brightness under the eyes from that e.l.f. concealer, which is not my shade at all. Doing the same on the other eye. Like I said earlier, Britney has a lot of brightness on the whole center of her face. It's not just the under eyes. So I'm gonna do that same thing next to the nose here. Then we'll do the forehead too, and the chin. All right, and because of the nature of this e.l.f. concealer and how matte it is, I don't think I'm gonna have to powder at all. I know I did mix it with a hydrating concealer, but this e.l.f. concealer is powerful. I definitely think that it feels like it is dried down and I do not need to powder. All right, so now that I am looking ultra bright everywhere, we are gonna move on to the cheeks. And so what I noticed about Britney's cheek makeup is that you can tell like there's some bronzer, but it's mostly blush. And the blush comes out pretty far. It's definitely on the apples of her cheeks like we're used to, but it's like kind of up in almost like an 80s sort of a vibe. They say that like trends circulate every 20 years, I think is what I've heard. So it would make sense that like 80s trends were kind of starting to come back in the beginning of the early 2000s. I don't know, that might all be wrong, but that's what I'm going for today. So I'm gonna be using my Milani Luminoso blush because I did notice that the apples of her cheeks looked glowy, but not in like a luminous foundation way. They looked glowy in like the blush is glowy sort of a way. So Luminoso is a super beautiful glowy blush. So I'm kind of gonna go in on that, and I am taking that out. I'm going blush before bronzer because the bronzer really appears to just kind of be like an afterthought to the blush. I also feel like everyone in the early 2000s had a spray tan. She definitely looks like tan, like she didn't need a lot of bronzer because she was already naturally bronzed. Ooh, so glowy. I love how glowy this blush is. That's a lot of blush. Did I overdo it? Probably, but it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop powder bronzer. Very well loved here. And I think I'm gonna take this e.l.f. brush right here, and I really am just gonna focus the bronzer like on the outer part of my cheek here. Just kind of like mesh it in with the blush. Not put a lot on. She looks like she might have a little on her forehead, so maybe we'll just like take the excess and go like that, but does not look like a ton of bronzer. Definitely a blush moment, but her blush looks a little bronzy too, so you know what, maybe we'll take it into the blush a little bit, see if we can make that more of a bronzy color. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. Okay, before I do the lip, I am gonna go in with a setting mist just because I'm feeling a little dry, and I have this glowy setting mist here, and I feel like since we're not applying a straight highlight today, a glowy setting mist could give me a nice just like overall glow, because I feel like she has a nice overall glow going. Please don't fight me on this, I need my setting spray. So this is the Fourth Ray Beauty Glisten Up Mist. All right, moving on to the last, but certainly not least important part of this Britney look, it's gonna be the lips. What I'm gonna be doing is basically just going in with a nude lip liner. This is BFF from ColourPop, and then topping it off with a clear, juicy gloss. I love these So Juicy glosses from ColourPop because they're super nostalgic. They look like the ones that we used to buy in the early 2000s, so very fitting for this look. So let me go in with my nude gloss here. We're not really gonna overline or anything either because I don't feel like that was the trend. Just kind of line normally, just to give some definition, especially I have so much foundation on my lips. I know that concealer lips were a big trend in the early 2000s too, but I'm sorry, it's never gonna happen here. Okay, my lips are lined, so I'm ready to go in with my clear gloss. And we are not gonna be shy with the gloss. So glossy. All right, and with that, I believe this is our finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you liked it. I hope that I did Britney at least like 10% justice. I know that I didn't nail the look perfectly, But I had so much fun doing it, and I think that's all that really matters when it comes to doing makeup, is that you have fun and that you like the way it looks. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also be sure to follow me on my socials down below. I'll link my Instagram and my TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok. Yes, this video will probably be on TikTok. So be sure to go check it out and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.